The Wall Street Journal published a piece with this striking headline. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him Bawdy letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. Now, their friendship, you'll recall, went back decades. The article details a moment from 2003 and some of the letters that Epstein's one-time girlfriend and accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, gathered for a birthday tribute album. According to the Wall Street Journal, pages from the album are among documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell. The paper, citing people who have reviewed the pages. Here's the passage about then-citizen Trump's letter. Quote, this is from the Wall Street Journal. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is Bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Now, the president's denial. Quoting again from the Wall Street Journal, in an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story, he said. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, he said. It's not my language. It's not my words. The president also threatened legal action, saying, quote, I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else. Joining me now with analysis, CNN contributor, tech journalist Kara Swisher, host of The Pivot, and on with Kara Swisher podcast. She's also the author of Burn Book, a tech love story. First of all, Kara, your reaction to this Wall Street Journal story?
Well, I think it's just the beginning, actually. It's the first story. I think there's probably more to come. I think as he doesn't release this stuff, people will start giving it to reporters, things will start getting out, and none of it looks good for Trump, including this story. Even if he denies it, saying we have things in common, Jeffrey, it creates a feeling, and especially online, that it gets amplified and really weaponized in a lot of ways. So it's not going to end here until he releases these files in some substantive way, which he seems resistant to do, and could be possibly for these reasons. It looks bad for him.
Do you think he's going to follow through on his threat to sue the paper?
Sure. He does that all the time. I think they've got this nailed down. I'm sure Rupert Murdoch didn't. I mean, obviously Emma Tucker's an amazing editor at the Wall Street Journal, but this had to have had approval by Rupert Murdoch or Lachlan Murdoch. And so I think they probably feel that they are very much locked down on this information. And again, everybody's going to be doing much more reporting. And that's the problem here, the drip, drip, drip. And the problem for Trump is he was friends with Epstein during his most heinous period, right, of behavior before he was arrested the first time. And they were very close, and that's obvious. There's pictures everywhere. And as more stuff comes out, especially that Trump doesn't have control of, the online reaction is going to be massive, especially among his supporters. And that's the real problem here. These people have been bred on conspiracy theories. He's been feeding a lot of them and getting them used to it. And so it's like, it's like feeding children tons of toxic sugar. Don't be surprised that they behave like this. And they're going to continue to do so because it's one of the bearing walls of the way Trump attracts his fans to him.
It's feeding your kids toxic sugar and then calling them stupid and weaklings for liking toxic sugar.
Which you made them.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then there's the Elon Musk of this all. We played the clip of him talking to Tucker Carlson earlier. In a social media post on X responding to Megyn Kelly's statement that the Wall Street Journal story is, quote, the dumbest attempted hit piece I've ever read, Elon Musk said, quote, yeah, the letter sounds bogus. What do you think of that, given how much Elon Musk has been posting about the Epstein files in recent days?
I don't know. I'm sure he doesn't know anything. I mean, these people just say things off the top of their heads. That's my experience. I think it's a beginning story, and I think they're trying to create a narrative here, and probably they have other stuff reporting they're doing. This would be my guess as an editor, that there's this relationship. There was a close relationship. That's really the problem for Trump is separating himself from Jeffrey Epstein, especially when his base is not just enamored. It's at the heart of. It's not like a little thing. It's a structural pillar of this movement. Is Jeffrey Epstein and all that he represents? So.
Well, it's also tied to the QAnon movement. I mean, it sort of is in that same petri dish. And obviously there's crossover with. I mean, it's part and parcel or I don't know if it's a subheading of the QAnon movement, but they're kind of linked together.
It is. Oh, no, the QAnon part is critical here. I mean, they have trained these people to think these things. Remember Hillary in the Comet Pizza basement and everything else? They have eaten this conspiracy theory for a long time, and Epstein is a critical character in it. And to make fun of them is a problematic thing, and to tell them that they don't know what they're talking about after feeding him this stuff, it is very much linked together. And you live by QAnon, you die by QAnon in a lot of ways. I mean, I think online, this movement, you just go online and watch the reaction. It is not Democrats, although I think Democrats are taking advantage of a really dicey situation for Donald Trump. But it's mostly the base that is going crazy on all these sites. And if you look at the comments, if you look at some of the leaders, although some of them have pulled back, probably in fear of Trump, it's a real problem for him, especially as it gets amplified and weaponized online. And I think he doesn't have the power to stop that, because it's at the heart of this online conspiracy world that is linked together in so many different ways and is incredibly powerful.
It's also interesting to me that President Trump is now calling this a hoax, a Democratic hoax, essentially.
Yeah.
It's something that propagated by Democrats. Yeah. I mean, the hoax was Dan Bongino and Kash Patel on all these podcasts,
yes,
saying just saying stuff and pushing this and fanning the flames of this, I guess, for views, for for profit. And now they are in a position where they've actually seen this. I mean, Kash Patel, I think it was to Joe Rogan saying, or to Glenn Beck, yeah, the FBI director has the black book of Epstein and could release it right away. He's now the FBI director. I guess he's now the guy. The black book, which was published, by the way, a number of times in, I think, New York Magazine, online. I think Gawker did it years and years ago.
Yeah, I think that the problem is this is all linked. These people were all for it until they were against it. It creates a real feeling of unease among the followers. And again, Epstein is at the heart of it. And so the problem for Trump is that they will keep talking about this. And he is, factually speaking, they were friends for a decade or more, right? And they were social friends. And he was on the plane. There's lots of facts here that could be, look, maybe nothing happened, maybe something happened, who knows? But if he doesn't release the files, there's no way of removing himself from this controversy. And look, some people could have just gone to that island and left. I know a lot of people who did that. Some people could have just gone to dinner at his house and left. You shouldn't, there are problematic issues here in this thing, and including fraud, like what is made up, what's not made up. This is so perfect for an online disaster for Trump, who has been up until now very good at communicating online. Whether you like him or not, he's real good at it. And so we'll see where it goes, but it's not going anywhere good as long as he suppresses things and doesn't release things. They're going to have to release something to get this story to go away, because it's not one of these 3-day stories that then just moves on. This one has staying power. And I said that a couple of weeks ago on Pivot, and I've watched these online groups, and this is what animates them.
Well, Julie K. Brown, the reporter who, covered this story from the beginning. Incredible reporting on this for years. She pointed out to me last night, and we're about to talk to her again, that the autopsy report was never released. That's something it would seem could be put out.
They could, if they're trying to exonerate themselves. That's the problem. Here, what they're doing here is they're going to have to exonerate themselves for something we don't know. And so wouldn't it be good to show us? And the only, what people do in their mind is, well, if he's not releasing it, maybe something's there. That's how people react. And the problem for Trump is that there's enough pictures, there's enough plane rides, there's enough of this. And so if he's very interested in putting this thing to bed, as I'm sure he is, he's going to want this drumbeat to stop, because it only gets worse around this, because it's so animated by online conspiracy theories, which you're seeing the power of right now. And unfortunately, it's being brought to bear to Trump as opposed to him unleashing it, on others. They're eating
a guy who's been spreading conspiracy theories about others for years.
Correct.
There's an irony there, obviously.
There's a karma to it.
Kara Swisher, thanks so much.